It is 6 in the morning. I've had 5 hours of sleep. My mom is in the hospital, and it is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Greetings, dear viewers, of which I'm pretty sure there aren't any, and I'm not particularly expecting them. Yes, this is a stream I only just scheduled 5 minutes ago. I don't know how long I'm going to go today, but I failed my first attempt at the Pokemon Nuzlocke run on Saturday, and I really just want to try to power through this, get back to, just a good point. And it's good having something to do. As I said, my mother is in the hospital. I took her to urgent care yesterday. They transferred her over to the hospital. She's gonna be fine. She's basically there for monitoring right now, but, I have had to, deal with, a lot of things in the past day. It's been a bit stressful. Due to that, I don't actually know how long I'm going to be streaming today. And more than likely, I will need to take breaks for different things along the way. To respond to messages that I get, calls, to make sure that I share information with others, take out and feed my mom's little dog that I'm watching for her while she's in the hospital. So it's going to be kind of haphazard and scattered. That's just the nature of today's stream. Until we get back to where we go, we're also going to be turning off the battle animations, and yes, I believe that's all fine. Alright. I'm going to be trying to run through this stuff a fair bit more quickly than I did the first time. So, I am planning on doing a series of streams throughout this week of Brilliant Diamond. Try to catch up to pretty close to where I was before. We'll see how well that goes. So, it's probably going to be a bit less interactive than usual. I'm not going to be waiting around for people to show up to name my Pokemon. I'm just going to get through this. But I still wanted to make sure that I did have it happen live as opposed to just simply recording it. Just because I think there's a certain integrity to it that, despite everything, I do still kind of care about. I've got all my references set. To give the explanation, this is my second attempt at the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke. This is part of a series of Nuzlockes that I have been doing back to back. Specifically, they are for the Generation 1 through 4 remake game. So I started with Fire Red, moved on to Soul Silver, then Alpha Sapphire. Now we're here in Brilliant Diamond. One of the rules I have is that it is a lockout marathon, and that means that any Pokemon line that I capture in one game is locked out for the remainder of the entire marathon. So, just going into this, I have got... Let me do a quick count here. I have 194 Pokemon already locked out as of the start of this run. You can find a complete list of all the locked out Pokemon in the description of this stream. I also have a maximum party size of 4. No held items, no trading with or interactions with other copies of Pokemon, no multiplayer. I can use the Grand Underground, but I do have a specific method in place for that, and the starter will be chosen via the wheel. So let's see who we get. Our first attempt was Chimchar, and it was extremely good. And it does look like we will be going with Chimchar again. I am perfectly happy to have a Chimchar again. Oh, come on, Chimchar. Let's get going. Doot. Doot doo 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 doo. Gift Pokemon I encounter along my playthrough are fine as well. And that does mean that I am going to be able to access the gift Jirachi. Actually, in order to get the gift Jirachi, I believe I have to have... Yeah, I believe I need to have save data on this particular Switch account for Sword and Shield. So I should knock that out real quick. Cool. Perfect. Sword and Shield. Yes, thank you. Nuzlocke 2. While I'm at that, I will make a quick... my name is 12. Sure. Alright. Was that the Acuity Lake front? Or which lake front was that? No, it's not Acuity. I think it's... Verity? Maybe? Maybe Valor? Nope, it's Verity. Specifically, I believe that was actually at Lake Valor. No, I mean Lake Verity. Just so I can make sure I get my tracking on... Right, okay. So, Lake Verity... Mark that location as done. Mark it that I got a Chimchar there. Hello. Anu, can I make you some questions? What games of Nintendo Switch do you have? I've got... I have a Switch, Switch 2, and my PC. Those are the only consoles I have. As far as games, many. Many games on my Switch. Anyway, don't mind, we're just making sure that I have a save for Sword before I go back into Brilliant Diamond, so that I'll be able to grab the Jirachi gift later. Yada, 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 yada. Literally no one cares about you, Leon. You suck. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I would be very happy to skip you. And you have things of anime. Yes. Getting the intro to Sword and Shield done so I actually had save data. I have all sorts of things. Going through a full list of it all would take a long time. Oh my god, I hate you, Hop. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Do you think $35,000 is a lot of money? Yes. Okay, perfect. Alright, good. That is save data for that account, so we can go back to our Brilliant Diamond then. Ugh, that'll make it possible to get the Jirachi gift when we get to Flow Aroma. Which is not, honestly, all that great, but it's fine. Do 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 do. I have that working hard. What is the most you have saved? None. And if you're here to spout any kind of a financial service or opportunity, you can just go ahead and not bother. I have no interest. Cool. Alright, 201. Okay. We got Bidoof. Nuzlocke rules will kick in once we have Pokeballs. So in the meantime, we just gotta tap through dialogue. Uh-huh. Let me think. What are the best times to do this? This Chimchar is going to be named Reginald. Yep, we're happy with that name. Encounter for Route 201 and 202. Time of day doesn't really make a difference there. 203. Can give me an Abra in the morning. We will see what we can do. Hey, Dawn. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Uh-huh. Yep. Alright, run back and talk to Mom. Will you let me grab Pokeballs? Yes. Okay. I found my first ever Wimpod. This is the thing that turns into something awesome, right? Yes, it turns into Galosopod. Also, what happened? I died on the 7th gym. That's what happened. So, we are on attempt 2, and I'm just going to be bulldozing through it as quickly and efficiently as I can. By the way, Eggy, since you are here, you can name our Bidoof. What would you like to name the Bidoof? Sweet. Fudge. Alright, this is going to be Fudge the Bidoof. Our first Pokemon, we are catching him in a Premier Ball, probably. And Bidoof. And we do want to make a little change here. Chimchar and Bidoof. There we go. Chimchar's got the glitchy sprite. We're all just gonna have to deal with the fact that Chimchar has a glitchy sprite. Oh, god damn it. Can I just name you from the menu, please? No. Alright, whatever. It's gonna be Fudge when I can name it. So there's Route 201. Hope you're doing well this morning, Eggy. I am on 5 hours of sleep. I don't know how long the stream's going to go. It's going to be very dependent on a number of factors. Yorp. Yep. He's whatever. Give me the thing to give to Yorp. Thank you for giving me the thing to give to Yorp. Cool. And now we got my hat. Now we are a true Pokemon trainer. You can't be a true Pokemon trainer if you don't have a hat. That's how science works. Alright. We're all healed up. Verity Lakefront. Nothing we can get there. Boot doo, boot doo doo, boot doo doo, boot doo doo, boot boo, ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da. Oh, ba da 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 da. Do 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 do. Cool. So we will be able to rename Bidoof to Fudge like he's supposed to be once we get to Eterna City. So that is a bit off, unfortunately, but we will get to it in time. In the meantime, Route 202. Come on, Don. Get me through the tutorial. Cool. I am really prioritizing getting back to where I was in Brilliant Diamond quickly. Because I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I started my whole Nuzlocke marathon before Legend ZA even came out. And then, you know, of course, there was Legend ZA, and I 100% it. Like, there has been so much Pokemon. There was Pokemon Too Many Types 2. I have been doing so much damn Pokemon over the last few months, and to be honest, I'm kind of just burnt out on Pokemon at this point. But I still really, really want to get through the Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke. But I really do not want this to be something that lasts another several weeks. So, my priority is to get through it as relatively quickly as I can. Not to mention, I do already have an idea for what my Saturday series will be after I'm done with Pokemon. I'm actually going to be playing Ogre Battle 64 on Saturday mornings, once Brilliant Diamond is beaten. And I would really love that. Hello, Ash Ketchum. I do not know you. But you are always welcome to be here for streams. Turning off the battle animations alone is going to save a lot of time versus the first attempt. Okay, Bidoof. Damn, this little guy loves to get crits. Wait, I haven't had my wild encounter yet. Okay, well, it's a Shinx, and Shinx... I'm almost 100% sure that I had used Shinx during a previous... I'm pretty sure I had him during Alpha Sapphire. Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright. So, no Shinx for me, which means no encounter on Route 202. And... mark that. Okay. You sent a request. I have no idea where you would have done that. Ash, I'm just trying to get through a Nuzlocke here. In Discord. No, probably not. I do not know you. It's alright, Ash. I just... Yeah, it's really just that simple. I have no idea who you are. You're always welcome to join the channel Discord, though, and chat there. If you are interested. It's not a big community, that's for sure, but you would at least have the chance to interact. Hey, you. Ugh, hello, Starly. Hello, noob. What on earth? Ugh. How am I just immediately getting people watching me at 6 in the morning on a random Monday with a stream I didn't schedule until 5 minutes before it started? How has this occurred? I do not understand how these things happen. It's 6 in the evening for you? That does sound more reasonable. So, yeah, noob, our first attempt at the Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke died at the 7th gym. We basically got screwed when Infernape died to an unlucky crit. I am tired. I've had 5 hours of sleep. Not to mention, I'm still just trying to catch up. I just want to get this Brilliant Diamond to the next place. At least take care of your health. This is fine. This is not a normal or typical thing for me, but it is a necessity given given circumstances in my life for the purpose of today. So that's just the way it is. I'll be able to catch up on sleep tonight. I am serious, you sound ill. I feel better than I am. Or I feel better than I sound. I'm just not making any effort to put any energy into my communication. Depressed? Not particularly. I think harried might be a better term. It's been a very, very busy and inconvenient yesterday. And today is going to be equally busy and inconvenient. That's all. So really, I'm just conserving my energy for that. I find this to be a very relaxing thing to do with my time. Okay, Route 204. Route 204 is a Badoo. Have we ever encountered a Budew? I do not believe so, at least not on this attempt. Noob, if you would like, you can go ahead and name the Budew. Never mind, we crit it, Budew is dead. So much for Route 204. That's great work. That's great there, great work there, Reginald. We're all very proud of you. That's just the way Pokemon goes sometimes, you know? Alright, fight time. First rival fight against Yorp. Yorp opens with Starly. As soon as I thought of a name, it dies. Yep, that's the name of the game. Not bad. Not bad, Reginald. Reginald learned Taunt. Here's the Piplup. I fear the Piplup. Do you already know water... Wow, that did not do a goddamn thing. Will Ember do any better? Oh, dear God. If you don't have Water Gun, we're gonna be fine. Come on, Reginald. I believe in you. Yes, by this level it should have its first... Well, by this level it has already learned its first water-type move. But apparently York does not know that. This is a riveting battle for the ages. Also, wow, I am just not landing the chance to burn. Who needs type advantage anyway? To be honest, York needs all the help he can get. Alright, we went through the entire battle without ever managing to get a burn in. Very impressive. Good job, Bidoof. Thank you, York. Cool. And... yeah, Reginald's fine. Reginald can handle it. Alright, Route 203 encounter. It is a Shinx, which we can't get, so no Pokemon for Route 203. I actually thought Ember was 30%. Let me actually double check that. That's what I didn't open, my BDSP Pokedex. No, Ember is only 10%. Hello. I require more levels. You will provide me more levels by allowing me to burn your Bidoof to death. Yeah, I know the Chimchar sprite is glitching. I don't know what I can do about that. I don't know if re-downloading the sprite will yield any better result. But I can give it a try. Okay. Let's try switching it to something else. Switching it back. Nope. We're just gonna have to deal with Glitchmander. Okay, good. Whew. What's Chimchar's nature? Probably something. I would imagine it is probably something. And there's my first text of the day. Okay. I'll check when I get to the next town. You know, sometimes I do wish that some people would leave me alone. It would appear that I will have to take my first quick little break of the stream. Because my wife wants some food. So we'll just finish this fight and then I'll take like just a few minutes. Alright. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's keep going. Alright, Warburg Gate. First off, wouldn't mind getting a little more experience, to be honest. And here's a bag of popcorn. For me. Is it adequate nutrition or energy? Not even remotely. But it's easy and it's quick to make, and it'll let me at least put something in my stomach. Cool. Good job, Reginald. In about 15 minutes, I will take another break. This one will be a little bit longer, so I can take the dog out. So, just be aware of that. Screw it. You want to fight? I do not have a dog. I am keeping an eye on my mom's dog while she is in the hospital. Frickin' focus energy. Okay. That burned through all of my embers. What happened to her? We are not entirely certain yet. The two most likely culprits are some kind of a heart issue or possibly a medication interaction. One of those two things, most likely. But we'll know more after she has an ultrasound this morning. Thank you, noob. I appreciate that. We're not particularly concerned. Honestly, we didn't really... the only sign that there could be anything heart-related going on is because of an elevated heart enzyme in her blood work. Other than that, she has not demonstrated any signs that would be associated with heart issues. And in fact, she had gone to urgent care for fatigue and dizziness, which were alleviated once they got her on fluid. So it's not entirely clear what the underlying issue might be, but we'll know more after the ultrasound this morning. But she hasn't been in pain or anything. She can get up and move around just fine. Her blood oxygen, blood pressure have all been fine, so I legitimately think it's highly probable that we were dealing with a well, here's the Orberg Gate. It's a Geodude, which we can't catch, so Orberg Gate is off the list. So yeah, the The thing I think is most probable is probably some kind of an issue caused by a new medicine. She did go on a new medication about 3 weeks ago. Which does fit the timeline, so we'll see. But, you know, it does mean that there's a fair amount of responsibility on me. You know, I gotta take, well, we've got her dog here. Need to make sure she's doing alright. I mean, I'm practically already my wife's caretaker, so I still have to maintain those duties as well. This thing kills me with a crit. And, you know, my sister, well, I have one sister who lives in New Zealand. Another sister actually lives here in town, but she's schizophrenic. So, can't really make a point of relying on her. So, it's just a lot of extra stuff I have to deal with. And then, you know, it's always fun trying just to keep food on the table, keep my work up going, and I mean, I'm a contract delivery driver for a living. I've done that for many years. So, the rising gas prices are also absolutely eating up my budget as well. So, yeah, I just got a lot of stuff on my mind and on my plate. I try not to think about it all at once. It's very unhelpful and unhealthy. Hard life, man. Yeah, I know. But, see, that's the thing about life. Eventually it stops. And then it's not so hard anymore. Machop. Have I ever encountered a Machop? Yes. Okay. So, Route 207 is also dead. This is not going especially well. Life is all about ups and downs. It sure is. So yeah, that's why I'm low energy. That's why I haven't had a great deal of sleep. And that's why I'm not bothering to expend my energy on this impromptu stream. I have more important things I need to conserve my energy for today. And that's also why I don't know how long this stream is even going to be. Because I don't know when I will be heading back to the hospital or when I'm going to need to deal with other situations. Hello, sir. Just make it short for today. Honestly, I'd prefer to get through as much of it as I can. It's only coming up on 7 a.m. here. I mean, who even knows when people are going to be awake? Plus, getting through the Brilliant Diamond is also still on my list of priorities. And it is just very relaxing for me to do this. Alright, here's our encounter in the Orberg Mine. It is in Onyx. I think we've had an Onyx before. We have, so the Orberg Mine is also dead. And Onyx just beat the crap out of me with a super effective smackdown. How dare you? Perfect. We are not getting a lot of Pokemon. That's okay, though. It will get better. The real decider is going to be the battle with Rourke. If we keep at it, Noob, eventually you will get to name a Pokemon. Probably. Hello. Would you like to fight? Hello, Geodude. How are you doing? Rather not deal with you right now. There we go. Hello, Worker Mason. How's it going? Let's go for the Embers. Very good. Lowered defenses. I don't like that. Another crit. This monkey's been landing crits left and right. Reginald learned Power Up Punch. Hell yes. Alright, we have our answer for Rourke. Let's go ahead and check our natures. Reginald is brave. So, plus attack, minus speed. And Bidoof is relaxed. So, plus defense, minus speed. He does have Simple, which is a very good ability. Hello. How you doing, Rourke? Bye, Rourke. You want to fight? I got everything under control, noob. I'm not like Aaron from the Game Grumps. I actually know how to Nuzlocke. Sandstorm. Interesting choice. And kaboom. Perfect. Okay, that could be concerning. But you still die next turn, even through a heart. Perfect. And Onyx will be good for a good amount of XP. Perfect. Bidoof got rollout. Cool. We got an escape rope. So, next up is Rourke's Gym. Should be fun. Damn, that Geodude took a hit. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Unfortunately, he's going to waste his time trying to get faster. Cool. If we can get a Monferno... Actually, I'm going to rephrase what I was starting to say. We will get a Monferno before we fight Rourke. Chimchar evolves at 14. Gaining fighting type stab will be extremely helpful. The additional stats will be very helpful. Cranidos is not to be underestimated. Cranidos is very, very dangerous. Oh man, this gym puzzle's so hard. I say as if it's even pretending to be a puzzle. Okay, what do you have, youngster Jonathan? Geodude, huh? Alright. I can handle a Geodude. Perfect. Yeah, Rourke's attitude about being a gym leader seems to be, come at me, bro. And I can respect that. And Geodude dies to punch. Perfect. Yeah, Reginald loves crits. Reginald absolutely is obsessed with crits. Hey, youngster, what's up? Why is Rourke hanging out in this gym with a couple of boys? Alright, you've got 2 Pokemon. So we're just going to Punch Sweep. Cool. Power up. Punch! Easy. Okay, Onyx. That's pretty good. Power up. Punch! That hurt like hell. Power up. Punch! Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so we are going to do just a little bit of grinding. For people who try Nuzlocking Gen 4 for the first time and don't actually go into it like prepared or, you know, with foreknowledge, Cranidos is basically the run-ender. It's fast, it's strong, and it's tanky enough that it'll usually survive super effective hits at least once. That thing is a monster. Hey, Geodude, what's up? Alright, cool, bro. Good talk. Boom. Hey, Geodude, what's up? You wanted to fight too? Can't say I'm surprised. That thing has a crazy high attack for being a first. Yeah, it really does. It really, really does. Yeah, Cranidos has 350 base stats. And 125 of those are in attack. It's obscene. And Rampardos is 165 attack. If Rampardos hits you, it's insane. Alright, we are nearly... Zassy was 170, I think. He might be. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Darmanitan is 150, and Darmanitan is one of the most dangerous physical attackers there is. Sheer Force, Life Orb, Flare Blitz Darmanitan will kill you. It'll kill itself too, but it will also kill you first. Go for the punchies. Go, Reginald. Go for the punchies. Good job, Reginald. Alright. Pretty sure that's Monferno time. Perfect. Not bad for 1 hour of Pokemon Diamond. Alright, we got him on Inferno. Who wants to learn Mach Punch, which is also very good. Especially since I am running a low-speed nature. Alright, let's go clear the first gym. If I could get to the point where I unlock the Grand Underground today, up in Eterna, regardless of whatever else I achieve, that's probably where I would end it for today. As part of not taxing... That's not the gym. As part of not taxing myself too much, I do want to make sure that I have a specific stopping point. Zatsy had 170 stats, I was correct. And not to mention that ability just boosts its attack when it comes out. Absolutely insane. Hey Rourke, what's up? I did not refresh my supply of potions. I have 2 potions. Yeah, Gen 9 nerfed Zacian twice. It reduced its attack stat, and it also made it so that its ability would only trigger once per battle, no matter how many times it switched in. They nerfed the crap out of Zacian, and it's still a monster. But they didn't really have any other choice, in all honesty. Mm-hmm. Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock is not going to save you. Oh yeah, it's still an absolute monster of a sweeper. It'll kick the shit out of you. Alright, Kranidos is dead. Okay. So after we are out of this gym, I'm going to take my break to take my mom's dog out. It could be as long as 10 minutes. I suspect it will not be 10 minutes. But it's gonna be more than 5. You know what? We'll just say 15. We'll just say it's gonna be a 15-minute break. Okay. And update the badge list. Alright, perfect. Let's see if I can't throw up some text here. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. Gameplay will pick up just another couple minutes. Now I'm gonna get her some food. Okay. There we go. Took a little longer than I thought, but the dog has been appeased. And my head can reappear. And hello, Coles. Hi. Sounds like you're having almost as good a day as I am. Boop. Anyway, let's move on. Hey, Yorp. How's it going? So far, we are not having the most productive start to the Nuzlocke second attempt. But I am confident that things are going to improve. I mean, we do get a Jirachi as soon as we get to Flow Aroma. So, that's a big help right there. I think there's a Galaxy battle up here, isn't there? Yeah. Sweet. We did roll Chimchar again. So, that's good. Bidoof has no nickname, but that's because I kind of screwed up. It's going to be named Fudge as soon as we get to Eterna and can rename it. Ugh. Ugh. And Cole, don't feel bad about not seeing the start. Nothing particularly important has happened, and frankly, I only scheduled this stream 5 minutes before starting it. I assume it's not that. It just sounds like you're dealing with some real tough stuff right now. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, we're going to be rushing through a lot of Brilliant Diamond this week. Just to try to get back to where we were. Yeah, the good old ball decoration feature. Another of the many features Pokemon has added over the years that never went anywhere. Kill a Bidoof. Cool. I need to believe they'll be back in a while if I can. Alright, Noob, do you want to throw out a name before you leave? Just a name for whatever we next get. I think the next thing we get is actually Jirachi. Do you want to name a Jirachi? I've already exhausted route. If I get to name any Mon, name it Barden. Okay. So it's probably going to be Barden the Jirachi. I'm a little distracted today. If it's Jirachi, else name it Prem. Okay. Alright. Cool. Hello. Oh, wait, no, we might have an encounter in this cave. Whoa, Cole. That sounds extreme. Hello. Okay, Ravaged Path. Maybe we'll have an encounter here that's new. Nope, it's a Geodude. Ravaged Path is dead. Great. Another dead route. Well, I might not show it usually, but I'm not the best in the head. Honestly, I just assume almost all the people I met have their own... issues that they have to deal with. I understand what that's like. Besides, I even tried to off myself in damn middle school before. This isn't new. Yeah, I didn't get my, like, first good suicide attempt until, what would that have been now? 2017? Maybe 2018? Would have been my first, like, legitimate suicide attempt, I think. Didn't end up going the way that I had planned. The extension cord was a bit too short. After I had, prepared a noose and, mounted it, I didn't quite have a, lift. I didn't quite have a stool tall enough to still get my neck through the loop. So, extension cord was a bit too short. That was not my best day. Definitely not my best day. I don't like thinking about not going through with it as chickening out. I think that's the wrong way to put at it. Not going through with an irrational behavior is not chickening out. Especially when that behavior is intended to be harmful or fatal. That's not chickening out, it's being sensible. Sure, let's roll out. How bad could Apache Risu be? And the answer is the absolute almost MVP of the team I was running last time, which is pretty damn good. This is definitely not the most optimistic stream I've ever done. Fury Swipe, screw it. Okay. We have nearly made it to Flow Aroma and gotten ourselves a Jirachi. Mm-hmm. Cool. Nice. Alright, Flow Aroma. We have a Jirachi. And his name is Barden. Alright, Barden the Jirachi has been added to the party. Let's go find Jirachi. Oh, God. Can you imagine if we get a Skorupi again? Oh, how great would that be? I've kind of improved since last year. I almost had a mental breakdown monthly. Improvement is good. I'm glad to hear that. Alright, so let's check the next locations. 205 does not have differences in morning, evening, and night. Eterna Forest. Let's see, during the morning, 29% Badu, 19% Baniri are my only options. During the day, 29 Badu, 19 Baniri. At night, 20% Murkrow, 19% Badu, 19% Baniri. I don't believe I've ever encountered a Murkrow. So I think Night Eterna Forest and try to shoot for the Murkrow would probably be best. Looks and Annie know all too well, and the reason no one else does is because they have sealed lips. And I usually keep up a facade of happiness pretty well. I know what that's like. Boy, do I know what that's like. Hello, I would like a spray duck, please. I don't need stickers. There we go, spray duck. And some chestos. And some petchas. Hello. Yeah, don't worry. I'll go get your papa. Valley Windworks, we are saving for Drifloon. That only comes out on Fridays. It is also level 22. So that is absolutely not something that we want to mess with right now. Make a note of that. And the damn day ain't even done yet. Yeah, believe me too. I've got a day of visiting my mom in the hospital ahead of me, so that's gonna be fun. Cool. Potion! Nice. Excuse me, little girl. Oh, I should check the trainer ID checker. Just to see where my rare honey trees might be. Hey Galactic, how's it going? When I get home, I'll just shut the door on myself in game dev. If you think that's the healthy thing for you to do, that's absolutely what you should do. Hello, Silcoon. Would you like to die? Cool. Nice. And Bidoof gets headbutt. Hell yes. Can't believe I'm already coming up on 2 hours. What am I saying? I can believe it. Ugh. Usually putting bottled up promotions into creative things tends to help. I agree. I have similar coping mechanisms. That's actually why I'm here playing Brilliant Diamond at all. Well, one of the reasons. Also, Coles, you are next on the naming list. Which I'm not bothering to put up simply because, well, I'm not expecting this stream to gather enough of our regular audience to really make it particularly prudent. Okay, let's take a look at a rare honey tree calculator and see what we can find. BDSP, rare honey tree calculator. And the trainer ID is 588336. Okay. So, one of the following trees should be a rare tree. Route 210, Celosian Townside. Route 210, Celestic Townside. Route 211, And Route 212, Harthome City Side. So I will copy that into my Nuzlocke notes, so I can use that for future planning. Let's get going. Only reason I didn't show up earlier is because you started while I was in school. Yeah, in complete honesty, I truly did not give a damn about having anyone watching today. This is something I started purely... But it is nice having people around as well. Not to mention, I desperately want to get back to where I was in Brilliant Diamond. I do not want to go through all this shit again. Hey, buddy. Run off, you and your pathetic, ugly-ass bull cut, you damn loser. You ain't got no riz, no drip, no bitches. You are nothing compared to me. And your Jordans are fake as fuck. Cool. Nice. Good job, Reginald. Yeah, I want all my XP. Started out as a Quill insult, turned into a Cole's insult, and you turned back into a Quill insult, did that. Wordsmithing is one of my great joys. Do 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 do. Suck it, Glammy Owl. My Monferno has a tail coming straight out of their bright red flaming butthole. You have no power to stop me. Hello. Hello. Your hair also sucks. I might be about killing a person, but I'm surely not about beating them senseless in all meanings of the word sense. That does sound very satisfying. Boop. Text here. Alright. You've got 2 Pokemon. I'm going to start by taunting you, so you can't be a little bitch. Yeah, that's right, Zubat. I'm forcing you to actually fight. I know this power-up punch is pretty useless here, but the whole point of it is to bait the switch, so I can start unloading my punches. And we're going into Perugly already at attack +1. Okay, shit. Damn it. How tough are you? Okay, that's fine. Power-up punch. You're faster than me. Understood. Mach Punch kills from here. Yes. Nice. Okay, back to taunt. Nice. And then I don't trust you. So we're gonna use a potion before we ember to death. Should have known the day would be shit when it started with 4 exams back to back. Jeez, that sucks. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. And boom. Another crit for Reginald. Team's coming along pretty well. I would really like to get the Murkrow here. Really would like to get that Murkrow in the forest. Mm-hmm. The little girl is here to declare that you smell. Cool. Oh my god, I just realized something. And oh my god. Oh my god. Drifloon always reappears at the Valley Windworks. This guy's like, well, maybe it has something to do with the wind-generated energy. I just realized that Drifloon might be here to try and kidnap that girl. Like, that's one of the things we know Drifloon do. That thing might legitimately just be trying to kidnap a child. Every week. Oh my god, that's horrifying. Okay, Ponyta. 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 Ponyta, Ponyta, Mach Punch! Perfect. Alright, encounter. Oh, Shellos. Coles, would you like to name the Shellos? That is actually really useful to have a water type here. Lancelot, good name. I'm betting I can't kill you with a confusion. Perfect. This is actually a very good Pokemon to get. Alright, perfect. Shellos. Shellos West. Perfect. And Shellos West Sea. There we go. If anything bad here is like truly ZU tier, where Naming that shit straight, Danny. Gotcha. Alright, Lancelot the Shellos. We are doing very well. You know what's funny, Coles? Since this is our second attempt, and, you know, Pokemon that we caught on the first attempt are all wiped out, I can actually get yet another chance at a Ghastly. Will this be the time that I can actually catch a Ghastly and keep it alive? Cool. Whoops, wrong button. Let's go for punches. And punches. Alright. And punches. Ah, good tea. And punches. And you are ending with a Bidoof, but I know the weakness of Bidoof, and it is punches. Gotta bounce for a few minutes. Alright. Take care of whatever you need to. Please, prioritize your own mental and physical well-being. Cool. Right now, you're the one who keeps me sane. Well, I'm glad that I can help. Reginald is paralyzed. Reginald is here to kill you regardless. Cool. Berry time. Cool. Yeah, we are on 205. That's 206. So far, it's just this four. Nope. This is the only Pokemon we've encountered so far. We have gotten very unlucky with our encounters in the early routes. 2 different routes we rolled a Shinx. We don't even have a Starly. You want to fight? Picnicker Sienna. If you find a Starly and it's my turn, name it Mebby. I don't think we're going to... Actually, I already know. We don't have any regular routes we're going to be doing today that can have a Starly. There is always the possibility of running into one in the Grand Underground. Reginald finally has a stab physical fire move. Alright. Lancelot learned to recover. Die to the flame wheel! Oh, you died to the flame wheel. Thank you. That was very considerate. How you doing, Bidoof? You holding up there? Honestly, Simple Bidoof could be really, really useful. Simple is not an ability that should ever be underestimated. Cool. I have started that RPG, which the plugin I found for me was about. Lux and Mebby. The main gimmick is that all three of us have 9 different classes we can switch between. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, Bibberol. That's actually huge. Legitimately. Eh, screw you. God, I would love to have a Murkrow. Repel! How dare you fight me? Mine are Warrior Scientist and Sniper. Lux is Monk, Mage, and Magic Swordsman. Maybe is Cleric, Necromancer, and Combat Medic. Cool. I don't like this. Go, Bibberol! You fool! I have defense curl. I am -4 attack. God damn it. Okay, fine. That's how you want to play it. Bardan, if you wouldn't mind, please. Warrior has some moves that fit my current mood really well. Depressing Episode, Hysteria, and Mass Hysteria. Oh my. Ugh. Okay, just a little more. Just a little more. So I remember there being several psychics in the forest, so we're actually going to let Bibberol take point. This NPC is cute. I like her. And our first encounter in the forest is 2 wormpoles. So, no Murkrows for me. God damn it. That is just so sad. Roll out. Oh. Oh, Bibarel might actually be in real danger. Oh, crap. Yeah, I think Bibarel dies next turn. And I don't think there's anything I can do to stop it. No, he actually went for Chansey. Alright. And Bibarel is dead. Well, so much for the possible advantages of a Bibarel. Real fucking great. Whatever. It's not like this, it's not like this attempt was going to live or die by having a Bibarel. It just sucks because I'm back down to 3 Pokemon. Well, we did our best, but I am afraid that Bibarel is gone. Damn. Alright, let's just keep going. Let's try to get out of this dumb forest as quick as we can. Uh-huh. I don't think I'm in danger of Reginald being killed by an Abra. But if they crit with, like, a confusion or something, it could actually be really dangerous. Cool. I think shops can be upgraded via donations, is possible in MZ. Yeah. You just have a shop with multiple pages, and then you tie each page to a switch or a variable, and then you have donations affect those switches and variables. That way you can have upgrading shop inventories. Okay. Let's kill some Pokemon. And since when you set the items that a shop sells, you can alter the price. There's also the possibility of creating a store that gives discounts on items as you donate. Alright, see you, Cole. Please take care of yourself. How many of these damn Pokemon do I have to kill today? What is the second gym leader stuff? Her ace is level 22 Roserade with a citrus berry. So Reginald basically just wipes the whole team. It would be a very good first stream for attempt 2 if I can get 2 badges, Grand Underground stuff. Just knock out all of that in one go. Hey, Silcoons. No, okay. It is still set tonight. Alright. I just thought, wait a minute, did I even keep it set tonight so I could get Murkrows? And the answer is yes. Yes, I did. Cool. Potion. And we are through the forest. Bye, Cheryl. Alright, Route 205. Just ignore all of them for now. Eterna City. Right, the bike shop owner guy is in the town. The name raider we need to visit real quick. Yes. Oh, right. The one we needed to rename was Bidoof, who's dead. Well, that certainly makes that easy. Alright, let's see if we can't get that next gym badge. This will be quick and easy. Do 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 do. Burn him down, Reginald. Cool. Okay. I have a plan for the gym leader. The plan is going to be to open with Taunt on Turtwig and Roserade in order to avoid being paralyzed and to prevent Reflect going up. That should give me everything I need to win. Cool. Nice. I'm feeling much more tired now. I'm gonna have this finished up in like the next 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna go lay down for a while until it's time to head to the hospital. Cool. Lancelot gets Water Pulse. Cool. I think this is the last gym trainer. Boom. Alright, we're poisoned. That's fine. Reginald is level 22. Alright. Neat. Before we hit the gym leader, let's do the Grand Underground. Uh-huh. 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 Cool. Cool. So we need to see which part of the Grand Underground we are going to be looking for a Pokemon in. Here is our wheel. So where are we heading? We can look for Pokemon in the Sand Seer Cave. Okay. So what kind of Pokemon can we find in the Sand Seer Cave? Sand Seer Cave. Okay, these are actually great choices. There's Onyx, Skorupi, Rhyhorn, and Houndoom. And yeah, that's it. Those are the only 4 options in the Sand Seer in the Sand Seer Cavern. So let's roll the wheel and let's see if we can get something. And it looks like in a repeat of the last attempt, we get to go for a Skorupi. So we will make note of that. At this point, now I just need to find the Sand Seer Cave. I have no idea which one of these is the Sand Seer Cave. Also, ideally, if I could get like some Great Balls. I don't know if I can get Great Balls after the next gym. Whatever the case, I definitely want some super potions. Another couple of escape ropes. Since I'm nervous about Skorupi, yep, Skorupi's gonna be back. But I do wonder... You know what? Let's do Gym Leader first and see if that unlocks Great Balls. If I can have Great Balls, that is going to make Skorupi a lot more reliable. And I do not want to miss the opportunity for a Skorupi. Alright, Gym Leader 2, Gardenia. Step 1. Kill Cherubi. Step 2. Taunt Turtwig. I don't want Turtwig to set up Reflect. Or Work Up. I can actually stack a couple power-up punches. There is not much this thing can do to me. And 2 power-up punches should be more than enough to guarantee a 1-hit KO on Roserade. Skorupi gonna be Scorport? We can do that again. Perfect. Alright, now we are at +2 attack, and I'm pretty sure we kill the rest of her team in one hit. However, there is the possibility that I am wrong. And if I'm wrong... Okay, it was still faster than me. My plan was specifically to stop it from paralyzing me. But that's okay, because we still kill in one hit. Alright. Nice. And that gives me badge number 2. Have you noticed this pattern in Pokemon? Every gen has red and blue on the game since Gen 1, or some type of red and blue. I have seen that theory presented, and I cite as contradictory evidence Pokemon Black and White. Because I believe... Whoops. I believe that the box arts for Black and White do not show the legends with their powered up generators. I was correct. The Pokemon Black and White box art does not show their generators power up, so they do not possess red or blue highlights. It's true for almost every other case, though. Alright, but now it's time to go to the Grand Underground and catch ourselves the Skorupi. So we need to find the Sand Seer Cave. Everyone is saying Wind and Wave similar to Gen 3. We know nothing about it. We are basing that because we have seen Coast and Ocean. Things that have been commonly included in multiple Pokemon games. I think it is too early to make any definitive declarations about the direction of Wind and Waves at this point. We know we can dive into water again. No. It's important to separate what we infer from what we know. What we have seen is a camera pan underwater and show Pokemon underwater. That is not the same as knowing that we can go underwater. Almost certainly we can, but that is information we are inferring, not information that we know. It's a very safe inference, certainly, but it is still an inference. Yeah, Jirachi's fine, Deggy. And we are looking for a Sand Seer Cave so that we can catch a Skorupi in it. Or try. And I just remembered I did not check for Great Balls. Which was the entire point of beating the gym leader first. And we still don't have any. Honestly, Skorupi was a real pain in the ass. How the hell did I get 32 Pokeballs? I have no idea when I found 32 Pokeballs. I sure as hell didn't buy 32 Pokeballs. Okay, Sand Seer. We are looking for the Sand Seer cave. That is not a Sand Seer cave. We may be running around for a bit because I absolutely cannot be bothered to remember this map. And at some point I'm going to have to find a fossil down here. Just so that we can revive a Pokemon. Who knows, maybe this one has the, Oh. Just got word from my mother, so right about time to be wrapping up the stream relatively soon. Okay, no fossils here. I kind of want Gen 3 and 4 on the Switch, like Platinum and Emerald, two of the better ones. I mean, I'm playing Gen 4 on the Switch right now. It just wasn't what people wanted. But I do need to wrap this up pretty quickly. Actually, I'm going to read this message right here. Because this is actually important information. Sand Seer Cave. Sand Seer Cave, that is a swampy cave. This is a spacious cave. I know there's a Sand Seer here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where. Luckily, it is relatively quick and easy to navigate. If we do accidentally run into something, it doesn't count. We rolled a wheel to determine what we're getting down here in the Grand Underground. And it's a Skorupi from Sand Seer Cave. So that is the only encounter down here that matters. Are you a Sand Seer Cave? You are not a Sand Seer Cave. The Sand Seer Cave has got to be somewhere. This is Grassland. Excuse me, buddy. Oh my god, there's still more than half of this section of the Grand Underground to explore. That is Spacious Cave again. This is Stillwater Cavern. Okay. We're just gonna head up and re-enter. Since that is literally closer than just walking all the way back. Sure. We'll go down. Hello, Bunnery. Hello, Murkrose. Hello, Psyduck. This is going to be the last thing I do today. I'm going to catch a Skorupi, fail to catch a Skorupi, and then I'm going to be ending the stream pretty abruptly. No time for long outros or anything today. Oh, man. Spacious Cave. The Sandseer Cave is being very annoyingly elusive. But I know there's one here, because I've been very methodical in my system. Maybe you have the fossil. 3 things are in the wall. That's 1. God damn, this one's being a real pain in the ass. Just go. Whatever is in the wall there, nothing is big enough to be a fossil. And I'll try this just one more time. I'll probably have to do this dozens of times to actually find the fossil. That's an orb. That's an orb. That's a big orb. And that's another small orb. Okay. No fossils. Cool. This is the Rocky Cave. Still not a Sandseer Cave. You know what? Screw it. It doesn't matter where I catch the Skorupi. I did roll a Skorupi for the Grand Underground, so we're just going to get our encounter here. It's still a Skorupi, and there is no difference between the Skorupi I find here or a Skorupi in the Sandseer Cavern. And I do, in fact, need to get to the hospital, so... Jesus, you are really tough. Okay. Bardan. He is level 26. Right, you have knockoff. Well, I have confusion. Cool. Let's go for Swift. Cool. I know the catch rate is not going to be favorable, so we're going to go with one more Swift. Okay. And Pokeball time. This may take a while. Ugh. Ash, if you are still here, if you would like to suggest a name for the Skorupi, I'll be happy to use it. God damn, this thing is tough. Okay. If Ash is not still here, Eggy, if you're here, you can suggest a name for the Skorupi. Or... Actually, it might still be Cole's turn. They did kind of like Scorp Corp. Alright, we're just gonna go with Cole's suggestion, Scorp Corp. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. We're gonna call it day. And I will go and take care of my other obligations for the day. There we go. Alright, we got a Skorupi. Okay, that's great. So you're going to be Scorp Corp. Cool. Let's get the hell out of here. Alright, and that is going to be it for today. So, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all on the next one, and it is... Oh, hi, Coles. We caught the Skorupi. It is named Scorp Corp. I'm ending stream. I will see you all in the next one. It is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wow, 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 wow.